Hey people, Indra here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Graesark, Undercity and Chaos Space Marines versus Eldar. The blue team, we have two Chaos Sorcerers. First up is RoyalCabbage, which I guess is two words you could put together. The Word Bearers DLC here. Alongside is Redacted. These guys are offensive and disruptive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Rounding off this team, MammothMKII with a Chaos Lord. Durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. For the red Eldar, Taneli is a warp spider Exarch, teleporting hero, fighting in ranged combat by default. Great for capping and harassing with some powerful control, the Harley Quinn's elite scheme here. Alongside a couple of Warlocks, first up Kung Fu Panda, and this is Endor. These guys are melee spellcasters that leap into combat with some powerful disruption and support, presenting a united front in the center here. Is this Iandan for Endor? The yellow and blue, perhaps? Looks like it. Some infiltrated Chaos Space Marines going to get caught by Banshees, I think. Doom Bolts kind of hits the Banshees there. They have found the Chaos Space Marines though with those power melee weapons. They will tear through them. Warlock gets a jump and they have to run. They can drop a model, are they? No, they did not drop a model. Destructor messes up the heretics. These fellas might also get one. I don't think Endor threw out a Destructor yet. Sorcerer just casually consumes one of them. Here comes Mammoth, finally. I guess they were capping up the southwest, where they know it wasn't capped. I think they abandoned their capping to come and help here. Those heretics are very low, and there is some stuff in retreat path. Don't think they're going to make it. Oh, maybe they will. I think they've made it. Those guys got away. Those Guardians did not get away. Those were Endors. Do they have triple Guardians? I think so. I think so, unless I completely missaw that. Meanwhile, northeast, the Chaos Sorcerer of RoyalCabbage is down. A power bash now from Taneli has gone Banshees into some more Guardians and has that contested northeast power. In fact, put a gen on it. This has triple gens up and triple gens up here too. Blue team with 2 and 1. Double CSM for RoyalCabbage, Redacted into some more heretics, nothing else out yet for Mammoth. Most likely then into Havocs or something. Sorcerer revives the Sorcerer. Doom Bolts is a pretty damn good one, look at that. Those guys were not in cover and got wrecked, and that was a slow retreat there too. If there was some CSM around or something, might have got shot down. Banshees backing off. The double CSM for RoyalCabbage are there. Heretics have an aspiring champion and some Tzeentchian worship. Guardians forced off by Redacted's Chaos Sorcerer. Southwest now. Shuriken on the field for Endor, that Guardian weapon team, a setup platform with this limited firing arc can suppress units, but it won't suppress the Chaos Lord. He's too fat. Combi Flamer is in. Perhaps we'll see the Dark Halo to help him get into the Shuriken under Corn Worship or something. Combi Flamer gives him some really good range DPS as he's chasing around the Eldar fellas. Really improves his effectiveness in the early game and doesn't really require much in terms of micro. I mean, he can do some stance switching and stuff maybe to really maximize its effect. Warlock of Kung Fu Panda with a merciless Witchblade is going to go down though. Down they go. Oh, that's a good grenade. They were so clumped up. That killed, wow, 7 heretics I think. Another consumed heretic there from Redacted. They both have aspiring champion, I think, yeah. Those guys got messed up by a grenade too. And the Shuriken was there, not sure what they were trying to do. Doombolt somehow misses, that was weird, like it was affected by the height or something. Maybe they just put it in the wrong place. Guardians here for Endor with the battle equipment, and they do barely get away. The distortion field is put on them there. Some people say this will be a Eldar favoured map. Graesark Undercity, since it's quite expansive, you can put your webways and stuff. Little do they know that all maps are Eldar maps, they just don't realise it yet. I mean, it does take some commitment to get the webway structures going. Unless your opponent is completely inept, they are going to find them and destroy them, you need to rebuild them. And Eldar, like everyone, have some really good globals to spend their red on. So you do typically have to commit quite hard to them and spend, you know, upwards of 200 rec to maintain the assemblies. Warp Spider Exarch comes in to tie these guys up so they can't shoot their bolter guns at the Guardians. These fellas looking for a grenade. Nicely done by Kung Fu Panda. couldn't quite get it in the right place, but that was a nice idea. Really quickly recognized the opportunity there. Those guys grab the power and are noding it. They probably should have been fighting. The general rule is fight first, cap second. Unless you're really desperate for a VP or something. Should have been helping out in that fight. They would have perhaps got rid of the Warp Spider and those Guardians really quickly if double CSM were there. There's some Tzeentchian worship. Do we have some Eternal Wars? Not for Cabbage, not for Redacted, and not for MammothMKII, sorry. Chaos Raptors are on the field though. Channeling runes on those Banshees from Kung Fu Panda's Warlock. Look how powerful that heal is. Look at the stuff that they are tanking there. I think that was CSM and Heretics and Raptors and the Chaos Lord, wasn't it? And they were out healing it. Really powerful heal. Has to be channeled, obviously. Clue is in the name, so the Warlock can't do anything while it's going on. But it is super strong. 453 to 442. Chaos Lord well into level 2 here. Sorcerer of Redacted almost level 3. What about the Eldar fellas? Level 2 Warlock. Level 2 Warlock as well. Champions robe up for Endor. And Taneli with a level 2 Warp for Exarch with a Falcon on the way before Mammoth or Endor even go to tier 2. So they've been pretty efficient up here. Did not need a Shuriken to mostly hold the northeast. I mean, it's turning blue right now. Taneli's Warp Spider trying to grab the power here. Is it worth it? Almost went down. Oh, still might go down. I don't think it was worth it to stubbornly try and get that power. I mean, they might get away. They could have very easily not, and oh, they've noted it. I guess maybe it was worth it. See how Endor can do here. There's those channeling runes again. Can't get too far away though. It looks like he just chose to end it there. How amazing would it be if he could still shoot his ranged lightning attack while channeling that and knock stuff over? Chaos Sorcerer of Redacted hits level 3. Blue team are retaking that power. So the jury is still out if it was worth it. I mean, it is taking some Chaos Space Marines to shoot it down and then cap it. Here's the Falcon of Taneli. No real counter in the field yet, but here comes a Chaos Dreadnought for RoyalCabbage. Southwest is turning red for the Eldar. Running away there. Well, backing away, let's say, are some Heretics. Raptors are healthy at the moment. Falcon is a support vehicle for Eldar. Allows you to reinforce and transport allied infantry around. And has a good array of weaponry, this thing. Unlike other tier 2 transports, you can take down enemy vehicles with it, given half the chance. Another Chaos Dreadnought on the way for Redacted. They do synergize very well with Sorcerers since you can manipulate and teleport them around, get them out of trouble. Raptors ate a grenade and lost the model there. Heretics eat a Destructor. They're so painful. Only dropped 2 models, but look at the damage they took. Guardians be running. What are these fellas up to? Are they getting vision for a webway maybe? Maybe. Eldar trying to get onto the power. Looks like they did bash it a bit. Here's the Chaos Dreadnought of RoyalCabbage. Starts off with an autocannon and a very mean looking close combat claw. Heretics with a Doom Blast and run. Their favourite move. We got some power blades for the Warp Spider Exarch. A heavy melee weapon on a teleporting hero. That's right. Eldar don't give a crap. Double Eternal War CSM for RoyalCabbage. Those guys just got out of the Falcon and ran away, which is weird. I thought they'd stick around and repair it maybe. Warp Spider teleports out and gets away. They're going to cap up the northeast. I hear Banshees yelling. Oh, was it these ladies here? Aspect of Strength with the Exarch there and that fancy spear. Dreadnought on retreat path. Heretics on retreat path. CSM on retreat path, but they didn't melee. Got away. Oh, they lost the Exarch there. I thought they got away clean, which would have been mental, but they didn't. Double Guardian Weapon teams for Endor into the Wraith Lord. Another Chaos Dreadnought, this time for Mammoth. All 3 players with one now. None of them have a mark yet. The autocannon is decent damage to all targets. Not an especially scary weapon, but it'll do some work for you, especially with the underslung twin-linked bolter against infantry. Messed up those Guardians pretty well. There's a run. Everything runs, in fact. Surely we're going to see a Bright Lance. No, not yet for Endor. Taneli does get a Bright Lance. Once they see Mammoth's Dreadnought, they'll probably get one. Endor. Falcon gets repairs, taking shots from the Dreadnought. I think it's pretty easy to out-repair it though with double Guardians there. Power Blades going in on the Dreadnought now. Repairs from the Heretics. Doombolt, sorry. Trying to get rid of those guys, but they tough it out. And it is the Bright Lance. Can he finish it? Uh-oh, doesn't want to stand there. I think it's going to go down, yeah. Could not teleport it away when the Sorcerer's right here. Maybe Redacted could have done so if they were paying attention. Has a Rod of Warp Fire and Demon Armor. We have a Tzeentchian Shrine shooting out Doombolts. Uncapped power. Meanwhile, Red Team's natural VP under threat. Got decapped, in fact. There's that Wraith Lord. Has a Bright Lance on it, so maybe it's not required on the Guardian Weapon teams, even with double Dreadnoughts down here. Because all that suppression is pretty damn handy too. Banshees followed in a little bit too much and overextended. Warp Spiders on the field for Kung Fu Panda, who is a little bit depleted here. Must have lost some more Guardians and stuff while I wasn't paying attention. Warp Spider went floating around and looks like they're maybe going to get away. Looks like they are barely going to get away. Armor of the Inferno for the Chaos Lord, messing up those Guardian Weapon teams. Wraith Lord's chasing. Smack. Bright Lance can fire on the move. Chaos Lord levels to 3. Doing some good work in here. Warlock's going to try and fight him. Nope. Gets smacked aside. Might go down. Puts up his shield. Oh, and I think he made it far enough away, but then turned around. Are they still going to make it? I believe they are going to make it. Channeling Runes heal here for the Howling Banshees. It's just called Channeling, isn't it? Yeah. 352 to 330. Meanwhile, pressure on blue team's natural power in the east. Sorcerer is down. RoyalCabbage goes tier 3. And Havocs are on the field for Mammoth with a Las Cannon maybe? Yeah, Las Cannon to fight that enemy Wraith Lord. They are going to get a full power bash, a very quick full power bash too. No time to decap though. Here comes Mammoth from the south. Do the Raptors really want to jump into this? Looks like they are. Grenades waiting for them, Banshees waiting for them. They're getting absolutely messed up here. Oh, they're going to turn that one into a Bloodletter. The last one I think is... yeah, barely gets away. Sometimes you forget that Raptors are not Assault Marines. They're not quite as good at initiating fights than the Assault Marines are. It's often better to wait for the fight to kind of take shape. Wait for enemy melee units to crash into your lines and then kind of jump over stuff and catch things a little bit more isolated. Chaos Lord gets a revive. There we go. Saw some heavy losses around there. The Dreadnought went down. In fact, all 3 Dreadnoughts are gone now. 285 to 330. Triple cap for the Eldar. And we do have a webway indeed in the south edge. Meanwhile, Howling Banshees are trying to decap the power. Doombolts. Pretty good one. How much melee damage does this thing do? Is it going to tell me? 50 DPS. There's some decent range damage on it. Raptors have an aspiring champion now. Oh, jumped a little bit too late. Or too early, depending on how you look at it. Level 4 Chaos Lord is pissed. Triple cap for the Eldar. They've had some sloppy fights. Generally getting kind of outmaneuvered here is much easier for the Eldar for that mid Eldar player to support both sides with his mobility. Eldar mobility on the slightly larger maps is pretty damn useful, as you may expect. And both of them are on the power here. RoyalCabbage backs away. Demon armor in there. CSM got the decap, but then got messed up. How did they not take a grenade there? Did they guys... I guess they used their embolden instead. Getting some melee with these Warp Spiders, fellas. What is this guy doing? Alrighty. They made it work. Meanwhile, the Wraith Lord is still stomping around. Warlock is level 3 with that Champion's Robot. Some Khorne worship there, +2 speed for all of Mammoth's units. They're kind of getting enveloped though. Redacted does have a tank on the way. Needs to be careful of the Haywire, of course, and the Bright Lance. And there's a Las Cannon shot. Unlike the Space Marine, Las Cannon does not need to charge up. It does take longer to fire again. They're kind of balanced. I think most people would say it's better to have that instantaneous shot though. Raptors level 2, CSM level up, but they're not really paying attention to the fight. Could have been shooting up the Warlock there. Avatar of Cain on the field for Kung Fu Panda, Seer Council for Endor, and 1 on the way for Taneli. Chaos Raptors for RoyalCabbage. Just killed the Warlock of Kung Fu Panda there. And that's the this Beal Tan, isn't it? This scheme. I'm not sure if Taneli's is a... Oh, it's the Harlequins, that's right. I remember words what I said. Chaos Space Marine is getting Mark of Tzeentch for RoyalCabbage. And we have a Tzeentchian Shrine going up. There it is. Doing bolts, be flying. That was a good hit. I think they hit 3 models with that one. Bright Lance can't do much against these guys. Is that demoralization effect from the Chaos Terminator kills. 155 to 302. Chaos have perhaps stabilized here with the 2-to-1 cap. Chaos Predator needs to do some work here. They've got so much requisition redacted. I mean, there's no power to build really. I guess they could node that northeast perhaps. Warlock jumping in. Wraith Lord is targeting the tank, and there's another Bright Lance there too. Took quite a lot of damage quite quickly there. Raptors doing a decent job on the Seer Council with a bunch of help, of course. Are they going to take them down? They're pretty damn close to going down. 107 hit points. I don't think they can quite manage it. Khorne Worship wasn't enough. Seer Council got messed up there. Another Predator tank for Redacted. Mammoth now looking quite depleted. We do have the red for Terminators though. Just need a bit more power. Wraith Lord and the Avatar fighting shoulder to shoulder. What is this? Some Eldar that tried to get into base. Did they drop a nuke? No, I don't see the swirly Eldritch nuke thing, so I'm not sure what he was up to. Oh, they killed a Chaos Terminator, I guess. These guys now have their lightning claws. They're bad news for the entirety of Taneli's army, basically. So close, says Taneli. Maybe they got these Terminators really low with that chase. They've just reinforced one. And 50 power to reinforce your Chaos Terminators. It's quite painful to lose them. They're really good Terminators though, with some great options, claws and autocannons for all 3 heroes. 133 to 270. Fire Prism on the way for Taneli, and a Landraider Phobos for Redacted. Looks like they cancelled that second Predator tank. This one does not have a mark yet, but hey, it's still a tank. Got some more Chaos Terminators here from MammothMKII. 2-to-1 cap for the Eldar. Turns out RoyalCabbage was not quite able to stabilize the top. I mean, it's tough. Fire Prism should do a really good job up there. Chaos Terminators, well, nothing really from Cabbage can really touch it. If the Chaos Terminators got into rear armor for long enough, they would take it down with those claws. Haywire on the Predator tank of Redacted. Banshees are more interested in chopping down the Sorcerer, which is fair enough. 101 to 270 here. There is now a webway in the north. I'm not sure if they ever used that south one. Expected it to be closer to that power down there. So the Predator survives. Warlock is messing up some CSM. There's an Eldritch Storm. Just put on the Sorcerer's head. Took his head off. Landraider Phobos is up. An anti-large target Land Raider with las cannons on the side sponsons. Mammoth is pushing, maybe? No, they're backing away. Can these guys get claws? They have the resources for it. I think they should. Otherwise, the Seer Council are a big problem, but there is also a Fire Prism down there. Meanwhile, northeast, Phobos is pushing. Fire Prism is messed up and very afraid of that thing. It's to keep the hell away from the Land Raider Phobos. Heretics grabbing their wreck point back. Can they get the VP? I think they can. Can they hold the VP, of course? Is a whole other matter. We do indeed have lightning claws from Mammoth. And as you can see, they messed up those Seer Council with help from the Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines. Is it worth getting Mark of Tzeentch versus Eldar? I mean, they put out some really good DPS. But it's not cheap to fully upgrade Chaos Space Marines. Got the Eternal War, the Aspiring Champion, and the Mark. It's a bunch of power. Chaos get the northeast. They have the 2-to-1 cap, 47 to 266. Seer Council of Taneli chasing some enemy Chaos Space Marines. The Terminator taking a lot of damage. Unlike the other Land Raiders, the Phobos does not provide any support. You can't reinforce off it. Doesn't give you any health regen. There's an Eldritch. Took half the health off the Phobos and now it's going to go down. It's an amazing loot for the super heavy vehicles and down it goes. Just a few swings from the Avatar. Banshees in there too. Level 4 Banshees in fact. That might be GG right now. Might be GG. CSM whacked as well. Redacted's tank is still alive. Still doesn't have a mark. Blue team get their natural back, but they're going to lose the northeast. And they don't have long to be sitting on a 2-to-1 against them. Another Predator tank now for Redacted. Maybe they should have gone for that second one to begin with. Got a couple of Mark of Pawns for these guys or something. Uh-oh. Back away, fella. And Imperial Abyss from... I'm not sure which Sorcerer did it. It was a pretty damn good one. Messed up a bunch of Eldar. Allowed to push alongside it. Raptors here with Melter Guns. And they're level 3. And they got their Aspiring Champion, which gives them another Melter Gun. Can they get the Melter Bomb? There it is. Can they get the Fire Prism? It'll still be able to fire. But it is heavily slowed down by the Melter. Not sure if they quite have the precision to get it though. They're actually backing away. Double cap here for the Eldar. I think the Chaos team have run out of time. And there it is. Eldar relatively comfortably take the victory, I think. Chaos put up a hell of a fight at the start. But as the tiers went on, as the game went on, they kind of faded. Had some bad fights mid-game. Tried to recover with Terminators and stuff. And tanks. Which, I mean, gave it a good go. We got a level 4 Sorcerer for RoyalCabbage. Redacted a level 7 Sorcerer. Did have the Tome of Subjugation. Level 5 Chaos Lord for Mammoth. Taneli's Warp Spider, level 5. Did have the Shimmer Orb. Level 7 Warlock for Kung Fu Panda. Warp Throw at the end. And Endor got to level 4. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part. And of course, the man with the plan, Impregnable, for faction war events and also organising and sorting through all these replays to send to me. Big thanks to them. I'll see you next time.